knowing when to bring somebody else onto the team. We now have 9 people on our team.
Wow.
So, yeah. Our team is why we are where we are today. We have an incredible, dedicated, pet-loving Puplid team.
Welcome to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. I'm Tori Mystic. As a dog mom lifestyle expert, blogger, and business owner, I love talking to other women in the pet industry and sharing their advice with you every week. Sit, stay, and listen to the latest episode. On this episode, I am talking to Dr. Kathy Burnell, a veterinarian who is also the creator of new dog gear designed to help pups with sun sensitivities. A lot of dogs can be sensitive to the sun. Kathy and her husband Tony were inspired by their dog Buddy's struggles to create this new product. When Buddy's hat got compliments at the beach and around town, Kathy knew that Puplid could be a business. Her veterinary expertise combined with Tony's engineer skills helped them to create a hat that not only looks cute, but more importantly, it serves a function, and it is more comfortable for dogs to wear than other alternatives. Kathy talked to me about some of the challenges of running a product business and how important it is to hire a good team to help you grow. That's why I want to know if you could hire someone to help you in some area of your pet business, what would that role be? I'm curious to hear everyone's answers. Come over to the Wear, Wag, Repeat Labs Facebook group or send me a DM on Instagram at Wear, Wag, Repeat. Kathy Burnell is a doctor of veterinary medicine with over 24 years of experience and co-founder of the cutest new pet accessory, Puplid. Currently residing in San Diego, California, Dr. Burnell practices small animal medicine and surgery. When she's not in the field working with various pets, Kathy dedicates her time to Puplid with her husband, Tony, working to provide dogs everywhere with serious eye protection, a comfortable fit, and a look that is widely considered a staple of modern California style. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hi, Tori. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm really
good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here. We don't often have vets on the show, so that's a special treat to have you here. And I'm excited to learn about this business of Puplid. So in your bio, we describe Puplid as serious eye protection and also California style. But for the people who are listening and can't see what we're talking about, could you describe what Puplid is?
Yes. So Puplid is the company that my husband, Tony, and I created to make trucker hats for dogs, well-fitting, comfortable trucker hats that active dogs could wear. And we chose trucker hats because our dog Buddy, he's a beach-loving dog. We wanted him to, he has sun-sensitive eyes. We wanted him to fit in at the beach and look like the rest of, just fit in at the beach.
Fit in with everyone else who's hanging out.
Fit everyone else. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we chose a trucker hat because so many people choose to wear trucker hats to the beach. And Buddy started getting a lot of attention. Most importantly, it helped protect his eyes. He no longer was showing the anxiety he was having because his eyes are sensitive to the sun. And he was able to go to the beach and go for walks and be comfortable and no longer have the problems that were happening before we protected his eyes. Other people started asking, where did we get this? It's amazing. There's a squeal effect behind Puplids where people, when they first see one, a lot of times we'll hear people squeal and just like show this excitement and like, oh my gosh, I have to get one. And at this point, we just made it for Buddy. But we started thinking, oh, this could become, this is another way I, as a veterinarian, can help dogs. And we can spread joy to people because people are really enjoying this. So we created Puplid, the business.
I think it's like multiple levels because people can enjoy how cute the hat is, but then they can also feel good that they're making their dog more comfortable.
Exactly. And that makes us feel good too, because our goal is that Puplid is like a vehicle for doing good in the world, and spreading joy, happiness. And also, we can get into this later, but just helping like charitable companies, businesses, and because we can put customized designs on our Puplids. So we will help other organizations like, we've done this with the Southern Nevada Beagle Rescue and Tracy's Paws. And there's this mini horse rescue. Actually, there are so many horses that wear Puplids, and they're therapy horses. And that organization wanted to make the horses just more, like people to be bond with them more and feel a little bit more comfortable with them. So they put trucker hats on them, and it helps some of the people in the therapy be more comfortable and want to get on the horses, and also helps with their promotions.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It for people who are going to the therapy mini horses to overcome like anxiety or anything, it probably makes the horses just so much more approachable.
Right. That's exactly it. And so that we feel really good about supporting these organizations, because whether it's pet adoption or helping people through pet therapy, it's just really cool. All of the different ways Puplid, like we can try to help make a difference in the world.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a question for pet owners, which is how would someone know if their dog has sun sensitive eyes?
So that's a great question. And I think a lot of people don't even realize it. What I've found, like some obvious things people can find with their dogs is they might squint. They might just be more hesitant to go outside on a sunny day. And then there are other, like Buddy actually has something where he can be outside on a relatively sunny day and sometimes be okay. But if he actually sees the sun, that intensity, I suspect it's the intensity of seeing the sun. It's too much. And he stresses out, and he's actually tried to jump into traffic, and he's tried to do some pretty crazy things like running up a hill. But basically his eyes, he is sensitive to the sun, and it does affect him. And so he no longer does that when he wears a Puplid. Buddy's situation's a little bit more extreme, but I have heard other people tell me this too, even clients who have brought their dogs into me as a patient without them knowing that I'm involved in Puplid have told me that their dogs do this. So I know Buddy's not alone, but it's not that common.
But that you'd have to be, a little detective to kind of figure that out, right? Because did you at first think that maybe there was a sound or a bee or something else that was causing him to freak out?
Yes, exactly. It took a while. Buddy was probably figured this out in about 2014. So yeah, it did take a while. Buddy was several years old. But then once we put two and two together, it was like, okay, this is, and when he did jump into the traffic one day trying to get away from the sun, that was, wait, we definitely need to do something.
Yeah.
And that's also when we tried to just buy him a visor or a hat or something. And then we realized there wasn't anything on the market that would stay on well, that fit well, or that just fit his style. So that's when we got to town working on making him his own Puplid. And my husband, I have to give him a lot of credit for that, because Tony, he's an engineer by training. So he just got to work. He was sewing and re-engineering existing like children's trucker hats. And then I would give advice, like just based on what my experience is with dogs and what I think, okay, we need to do this for the ears. We need to do this to protect the eyes, like not just protect from sun, but protect so they don't get material doesn't touch the actual eyes. And then it needs to be comfortable and, with the chin strap system, all of that. So the two of us put our brains together.
Yeah. I especially like how you bring your kind of veterinary expertise to it and talking about, how the visor part of the hat has to protect the eyes in like a medical way, not just to be cute.
Right. That was very important to me and to Tony as well. We both wanted to make sure product that we were going to make was functional. It's a dog would continue to wear. It's not just gimmicky. So we need to put on, just take a picture. We want it. It's gear.
They
it's
are
very Instagrammable and very fun. But with that said, we created gear to help protect dogs.
Yeah. I guess you guys have decided to start making it into a business because so many people, like you said, were squealing in joy and asking you about this. And so that's when you realized that this is like a thing we should make for other people.
Correct. Right. And for me as a veterinarian, my instinct is to want to help pets. And I just saw this as a wonderful way that I can reach so many more pets and make a difference in their lives. And so for me, that's very rewarding.
But running a business, especially a product-based business, is very different than being a veterinarian and working with animals and clients and that kind of stuff. So what are some of kind of like the challenges and maybe some of the parts that you like about having the business being so different from your other job?
Yes. So yeah, you're so right. Running a business and doing a startup is so different than being a veterinarian. And every day, I have to say, Google is wonderful. Google and YouTube, I learn a lot. And then also knowing when to bring somebody else onto the team. We now have, including Tony and myself, 9 people on our team.
Wow.
So, yeah. And so and some are more part-time, but it's, our team is why we are where we are today. We have incredible, dedicated, pet-loving Puplid team.
When you started to hire team members, what was like one of the first roles that you wanted to outsource or wanted to ask for help with?
Okay. Yes. Great question. Operations. Well, the first thing we wanted to, one of my cats has been at the door and like meowing.
You can let him in. Let him in.
I might. She stopped, but she's like actually like sounding like a puma. She's almost banging on the door. So, sorry for a sec. So the first person we brought on board was a director of operations, and his name is Mike. Incredible, and he helped establish us and get our Amazon presence, because we also offer Puplids on Amazon. And so he helped structure our Amazon listings and all the content, which is phenomenal. And he also has been instrumental in being able to help for between then and when we've hired two more people to help with actually preparing the Puplids, because each Puplid comes blank, and then we put a heat transfer design on each Puplid. So being able to have Mike come on board and take that over for us, so Tony and I could spend time on other Puplid items. And then we had two people who've come on, and they are full-time working on Puplid production, and we have other projects as well. But they've been instrumental in letting us move forward, because otherwise you can get caught in that cycle of just spinning your wheels, just trying to provide the existing product to your customers without being able to grow further.
Yeah, you can definitely get stuck in just fulfilling and catching up constantly and not really thinking big.
Right. And we also have, for a good while, I was doing social media, and I was in charge, I was in charge of the Instagram and the Facebook, which I really loved. And actually during COVID, that was wonderful because it allowed me to help connect with people. And limitation with social media for me was that I was still working 3 days a week as a veterinarian, and those days can be long. They can be up to 14 hours. And so I had to find a balancing act between engaging with people on social media, but not so much that I would leave them hanging while I was working as a veterinarian. So I could only grow in social media so much before it would get to where it was, I wouldn't be able to respond timely. And so we have Leanna now, who is in charge of social media. She's incredible with that. And we also are on TikTok now. And I'm so impressed by what she does. I mean, it really speaks to, she's a younger generation, and she really just speaks to her sensibilities and her experience with social media. And we also have Ashley. She's on the back end. She integrates all the systems. I'm probably getting into too many details. I'm just trying to give shout outs because we really have an incredible team.
Yeah, I can tell, like, just, I know everyone's listening and they can't see us, but I could see like your face lighting up talking about everyone. So it sounds like you guys are close too.
Yeah. Finley, Sam, Michael, incredible.
And I think it's really wise that you and Tony kind of realized the value of outsourcing, or maybe outsourcing isn't the right word, but like bringing on team members to help with stuff, because other things in life can be demanding as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's so easy to just get your mind filled up with so many different projects and then just really just feel like you can't move forward.
Yeah.
And it's also something to think about every day. It's like, okay, what tasks am I going to take on? What is the most important thing I can do today to help move Puplid to the next step? Get it in front of more people, because we believe in our product so much. We really do want Puplid to be known and for people to be able to have Puplids for their dogs and protect their dogs' eyes. Another thing is changing people's perceptions about dog hats and sun protection for dogs, because I think a lot of people have an idea of, my dog's not going to wear a hat. Like, my dog will never put up with that. And that's true for some dogs, but just like with wearing a harness or getting your dog used to any piece of apparel, positive reinforcement, just getting them used to a Puplid. And I will also say we spend a lot of time, Tony, with engineering the Puplids to be very comfortable for dogs. So a lot of dogs will accept our Puplids when people are like, wow, my dog's never let me put a hat on. I can't believe my dog's just standing here letting this happen. And so I think it just speaks to the fact that we really put a lot of effort into the engineering, and Tony did an amazing job with the construction of the Puplids.
So it sounds like people, they really have to try it to believe it. And when you were talking about, people kind of having a hesitancy towards hats or saying my dog would never wear that, it makes me think of people who are like, oh, my dog can never wear booties. We tried it once and it just like was a disaster. They hated it. And I'm always like biting my tongue, like, well, maybe you should try a different approach, like, and more than once.
Exactly. They're like positive reinforcement, and really goes a long way. And then just slowly getting your dog used to something. With that said, when we do live events, as long as the family says yes, we can give treats to their dog. A lot of times we'll use treats as we get them used to the Puplid. We'll let them sniff the Puplid, and then when they look comfortable, we'll teach the family how to put it on. And usually, a lot of times, dogs, even at just live events, the first time, they're okay with it, and a lot of them will just walk off wearing their Puplids. Not every dog's going to be that way, and sometimes it's going to take a few tries at home. But again, positive reinforcement, put the Puplid on, take your dog for a walk so they get distracted. A lot of times, 2 or 3 sessions, they're going to just accept it like no big deal. What's really fun too is I hear from some people, this dog in Florida is an example, who family will say, my dog sees this puplid and knows he's going somewhere fun. He gets excited. So I love that people are able to bond the hat to a fun event, and their dog gets it.
Yeah, it's just like some dogs, you bring out the leash and they get excited and jumping up and down.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
so,
to me, that's, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you're talking about everything like it was like you had this idea, you made it, Tony, and you worked together on the engineering and the fit. And it's just like everything sounds so wonderful. But were there any challenges? Like what's been the hardest part so far of working on this?
Yeah, so the hardest part has been supply. And the supply chain, especially with COVID, I'm sure you've heard about.
Oh, yes.
Delays, the cargo ships off the coast. And so that's been difficult. And also not being able to travel to the factories, because the factories are overseas, to be able to help with the design of the puplids and help just move everything forward at a faster pace. There's a lot of mailing puplids and prototypes back and forth. All of that is paid off because now we have a product that we're extremely excited about and proud of. But the shipping delays are still an issue.
Yeah, I think for everybody.
Yes. I think it's just, as a business owner, I think every business owner just kind of, I don't know if that accepts this, but you can't really do anything, I guess, but accept it. It is what it is.
Yeah, you can just like bang your head off the wall, but that's about it.
Yeah. So just know we're all in the boat together. And other things that took some time that probably people wouldn't think about, but getting the design patent, because we came up with the idea and then we had the puplids created. We wanted to wait to start putting them on the market until we had a design patent. So that took a while to get, and we have a utility patent pending as well for the chin strap system. And we call that system the perfect fit. And yeah, Tony came up with that one. I'll give him credit. So.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And so all of that, it takes a while to get patents through the door, but those are extremely important. I would say for somebody who comes up with a unique product, it's worth getting the patent, because if you don't have the protection.
Right. Well, it just makes me think, like I love Shark Tank, and when you watch that, if somebody has a patent for something, the sharks kind of get excited about it.
Right. Oh yeah, Shark Tank's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. So speaking of, growing the business and you have all this help, so you can kind of think about how to get Puplid out there more. What are some of your goals? What do you see as the future of Puplid? Maybe other pets, or what's your vision?
So our vision is to be able to continue to offer wholesale, because we do sell wholesale, where we sell Puplid designed puplids and also customized puplids. And then also we are in 2022, our goal is to be able to start selling individual customized puplids to retail customers. It's just like how if you go on to a website where you can ask to have your own design put on a t-shirt or a hat. Same thing, we would like to be able to offer that. We also have a 6-panel camo puplid coming out. It's not a trucker hat, but it's a camo 6-panel hat for more of the outdoorsy dogs. I'm really excited about that. I love how it looks. And typically I'm not even that much of a camo wearing person, but this, I'm in love with it.
It sounds very cute. I love camo print, so it sounds very cute.
We're going to be we'll have matching human camo hats, We do that actually for the Puplid trucker hats as well, so people can twin with their dogs. But yeah, I'll be wearing that camo
Yeah,
hat.
that'll be really fun.
I love the print. And we also have another 6-panel solid Puplid, it's more of a baseball hat coming out as well. So that's exciting. And yeah, we hope to continue to grow and get into more pet boutiques and more wholesale and just grow our brand so people can learn about us.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I just, listening to you talk just now, my wheels are turning of like all the different ideas and avenues and stuff that it could go into. Like I could see you working with like the MLB and have like a licensed version for all the teams. That would be awesome.
That is a goal.
Yeah.
That is definitely a goal. Yes.
I could see that. I could see that happening for sure. So in the time that we have left, Kathy, could you tell us more about your dog and maybe how he came into your life? I know that he's the inspiration for Puplid, but how did you meet him in the first place?
So I met Buddy through my husband because Buddy was my husband's dog. He and Kit Kat. Kit Kat's one of our 3 cats. Rizzy and Inky are our other 2. And when I met Tony, Buddy was part of the package deal. And Buddy is now a 14-year-old Australian Shepherd mix. He's wonderful. He's just like the sweetest guy. He loves to go for walks, go to the beach. He's a real people dog. He's very social and kind. Loves to meet other dogs as well. Just very good natured. And so that's how he came into my life.
Yeah, he seems so sweet just from like the pictures and social media and stuff. He seems like such a sweet dog.
He really is. He's a gentle fella. Just love him.
And how does Buddy get along with the 3 cats?
He's a little wary of them. He's such a gentle guy that if they're in his dog bed, he will go find another bed. He will never ask them to get out.
Aww.
Yeah. I think the cats take advantage of that sometimes. Yeah.
I think cats are kind of known for that, for bullying the dogs.
Yeah. I see a little twinkle in their eyes sometimes, but they're also very good natured cats. They're very sweet and cuddly. And Rizzy and Inky, they came into my life when I was in vet school, and I went to vet school. I finished vet school 14 years ago. I've been in the veterinary field for 24 years, like you'd mentioned. Before vet school, I worked as a vet tech assistant, receptionist. Just knew that I wanted to be in the veterinary field and love dogs, love cats, love animals in general, love being around people. So just all of that made sense. And I've just really enjoyed being in the veterinary community all these years.
Yeah. I love that you started, as a receptionist and a vet tech and all those kind of things, and then decided to keep going and get your DVM. That's really amazing.
Right. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah. And now, product inventor, business owner. I mean, you're just keep adding to the things that you're working on.
That's true. And I will say with things opening back up with COVID, I'm loving getting back out into the live events. That's really that's my place. I love being able to be around people, meet their dogs, introduce people to Puplid. So I've been really excited that we've been able to do that with a couple of surf dog events, like the Helen Woodward surf dog event here. They help with pet adoptions. And so we love supporting them, and it's just great to get back out in the community.
Well, San Diego, I'm sure, has so many dog-friendly events and just events that aren't even geared towards dogs, but people bring their dogs too. So there's probably lots of opportunities.
There are. I'm thinking of one really fun one as well. Barks and Brews. Mixed 2 of my favorite things. Yeah. And so we participated in that event. San Diego really is a fun place for people and dogs. It's very dog friendly, and the weather's perfect most of the year to be able to gather outside.
That's what it seems like. I enjoy following a lot of dogs on Instagram in San Diego while I'm freezing my butt off in Pittsburgh. I can look at their pictures out there.
I can relate. I lived in Colorado for 7 years. So winters there were different than winters that friends, like my friends here are still in San Diego. They send me pictures and I'm like, can't relate.
No, I know.
It's snowing.
Well, now you live in paradise. And you have, it sounds like just a great life with, so many different passions. So thank you for sharing your story on the show here and for telling us all about Puplid. I really enjoyed it. If you could tell our listeners, where can they find Puplid online?
Yes. So Puplid can be found at Puplid, Puplid.com. And also we have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, also Puplid. And I can be found on LinkedIn, Kathy Burnell. Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Kathy. It was great having you on again. And thank you so much.
Tori, thank you so much for this opportunity. I've really enjoyed speaking with you.
You're so welcome.
What did you like most about this episode? Find me on Instagram at @TMystic and let me know what intrigued you or what questions you have about starting or growing your own dog-inspired business. You can also screenshot this episode and tag me in your stories. I love to see who is listening out there. Some of the best conversations happen after the episode, right? So track me down over on Instagram or join the Wear, Wag, Repeat Labs Facebook group to connect with other dog-obsessed entrepreneurs. And as always, you can find all the links and resources discussed in this episode at wearwagrepeat.com/podcast. See you back here next week.